Okay, so that way we can select it very easily. Now what we'll do is we'll go down through the model and we'll start checking for things like overlapping vertices, any open edges, and things like that. So any model errors. So let's start out with the face where we began. This can be done very easily by going to Views and X View, and then we're going to select overlapping vertices. We're going to update this, and what it should do is it should show us any overlapping vertices on our model. Now looking at this, you'll just want to inspect what is an overlapping vertex. This is usually a vertex that is on top of another. This is an indication that there is an open hole in your model. Now right here around the eyes, I know that these vertices are really close together, so they're within a tolerance distance, and that can be configured right here by clicking Configure. And you can see that our tolerance distance is 0.01. Everything else, I don't see anything. Let's go ahead and just isolate this. It's just around the eyes, as you can see that in green. So the head model is good. That's because the eyelashes are separate objects, are separate elements, but they're of the same object. They're not actually physically welded to the eye. But that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and turn off isolation. Let's go to the next model. The eyes should be good, but we'll always check those. 0 vertices. Let's go ahead and go to the teeth. Let's isolate this. Update, and it says 58 vertices. You can see a lot of the vertices between the teeth are causing issues, but one specifically that I see is right here, right along the middle. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll select around that vertex. So we'll select it, and an indication on this would be to see how many vertices are actually selected. In this case it says 2. Let's go ahead and convert this over to editable poly, by the way. So it says 2 vertices selected. Go ahead and just hit weld, and that'll weld that together. Now notice what it has done. Okay, it welded that together, and for some reason I've got this weird shading going on now. Let's go ahead and fix that. Sometimes if this happens, this is usually from like smoothing groups or something like that. Let's take a look here. Clear all, set that to smoothing groups. But you'll notice it didn't help. Usually whenever you change something from editable mesh to editable poly, it can create problems like this. So a really quick way to fix it would be to go to Edit Normals. Now before we do Edit Normals, let's make sure that we have smoothing groups removed right down here. So clear all. Then let's go to Edit Normals, turn off element mode there. Edit Normals, and you'll see that we get all these green lines. And what that means is that we've got some sort of smoothing going on with these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to reset, but we got to select all of those. So let's select around those normals, reset. You'll see that that changes over to blue, and then now we can right click, convert it to editable poly, and you'll see that that weird shading is gone. But now we have all these faceted edges. Now what I can do is I can select the element, okay, all those polygons, and then I can set it to a single smoothing group, and that's been smoothed out. And now we no longer have any weird issues. Now there is something going on right here on our model, and this looks like it could be from a vertex that is either isolated or something didn't happen. So let's take a look at this. We've got a couple of vertices. Looks like from here to there. Oops, let's make sure that we get the right vertex here. From here to there, got a couple of vertices here, I